Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little get ready with me featuring a soft glam tutorial. This has been the rave of the past 2 weeks on Twitter, Instagram. Everyone is so interested in the soft glam, so I figured why not do a tutorial. If you like this, keep on watching. So I decided to go out and didn't want to redo my hair, so I just kind of restyled an old flexi rod set, and I figured why not show you guys how I do that, because most people think I do my hair every day when this is exactly what I've been doing. So I just started off with a water bottle, like a spray water bottle, some eco styler gel or whatever gel that you have, and a shoestring, and you'll see why I need the shoestring. But for now, we're just gonna lay my hair flat as possible with the water and the gel. I like to cut down the gel with some water, that way it's not too thick, but it also does still lay my edges to the gauze, if you feel what I'm saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tie my hair up in a high puff or a mid puff. I don't know if this is like high or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and just tie my hair up and secure it with the shoestring. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and put one more layer of gel before I say that I'm finished, and just brush everything down and make sure everything is flat. And I like my little, sideburn curls, I'm gonna call them. I don't want to be ignorant. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and twirl that a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take a hair tie. If you are Haitian, I'm gonna put on a mouchoir, and I'm gonna go ahead and make sure my edges are flat, and I'm gonna hold off and keep this on until I'm ready to go out. On to the soft glam look that we're going with. I know it's absolutely necessary to be doing skincare, so I'm going to go ahead and use the Ordinary Glycolic Toner just to go ahead and just exfoliate any dead skin that I have, but also take off any makeup that I did not get previously. And then with a glycolic toner, you definitely need to use an SPF, so I'm using the Clinique Pep Start. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use the Tatcha Silk Canvas primer and just place that all over my skin. I absolutely love this primer. It helps with pores, it helps with oiliness. Like, it's just a great primer. Use it. As of late, I've been doing my foundation first. I'll do all of my complexion products first and then move on to my eyes. I did my makeup completely backwards this time, but I'm going to go ahead and just use a natural finish for this soft glam. I just want to keep it soft but glowy and nice at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and do my brows, but I'm going to do them a little differently. This time I am gonna just do like more of a bushy brow look. I don't want Instagram brows. I don't know. I'm just like not into that anymore. But the bushy brow look I'm really loving. And I think they came out really nice this time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stroke little hairs in the front where I'm sparse, and then at the ends where I don't have a lot of hair. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take my concealer and clean up the bottom. I'm not going to do that on the top, which I usually do when I do Instagram brows, because I want them to be more carved out. But with bushy brows, I kind of want them to be a little bit messier, a little bit more imperfect. So I'm going to go ahead and just clean up the bottom half. So with soft glam looks, I feel that most people feel like not a lot of makeup is being applied, but that can be far from the truth. I'm going to go ahead and just lather on some concealer, make sure all of my imperfections are covered, and we are highlighting and contouring to the gods. So I just want to make sure that all of my high points are highlighted, and all of the points that I want to recede are contoured, and you will see that as I get to the contour part. Will say with highlighting, I want to make sure that the concealer is at least a shade or two lighter than me, and I am using a Jackie tip and letting my concealer dry down a bit before I blend it out with a beauty blender. This will ensure that I have maximum coverage without having to put on a second layer or a different concealer to achieve the coverage I'm looking for. So drying down the concealer will just kind of make it a little bit thicker in consistency and allowing for better coverage. So before I go ahead and bake, I'm just going to make sure that I have blended out all of the creases, and then I am going to be using the Huda Beauty setting powder, and I'm going to go ahead and bake with that. This will just give me that nice flawless airbrush look that I always strive to have, and I feel like when you're doing a soft glam, you kind of want that as well. You want something that's super airbrushed and almost like poreless, you know, and I feel like baking allows that for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just bake for about 5 minutes and then just brush off the excess powder. So I decided to use a cream contour because I just feel like this ensures that I don't have any lines of demarcation if done correctly. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend upwards into my concealer almost, just so that it's one continuous gradient and not lines of demarcation. And I'm just going to go ahead and carve out my cheeks. I do have high cheekbones and I want to accentuate that, and that's what the contour is going to do. But I want to do that very softly because, again, this is a soft glam look. So I went out on a limb here and actually contoured my nose. I usually don't do that, but I will tell you guys my secret now. I went ahead and just used a very fluffy small brush to apply the same cream contour, but as you can see, I made sure that I connected my nose contour into my eyebrows because it just kind of gives more of a effortless, almost non-detectable look, and it also kind of accentuates my facial features. So I went ahead and just blended it out with a beauty blender afterwards, and then bake on the sides of the contour, not on top of it but on the sides of it. This will kind of give it more of a crisp look without being like detectable. Y'all see how snatched the nose is? Y'all see it? Okay, okay. So that is the trick. I've realized how much I have been missing out. Now onto the eyes. I am going to do the same exact process as all the time. I'm going to go ahead and just use my concealer as my eyeshadow base and then blend that out. I have been using the Jackie Aina palette for the longest. It's like my absolute favorite palette. I feel like you can use that to create absolutely any look that you are trying to achieve, and the color payoff, the pigment of it, the textures of it, absolutely beautiful. Go and buy it, believe that. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out with a transition color. I'm gonna go ahead and use Ginger. This is a nice like warm orangey brown color that I'm gonna go ahead and just use that to transition my other shades. So with the transition color, I'm going to go ahead and blend that all over the lid. This is going to help to ensure that all the other shades blend in nicely. So now I'm just going to go into edges and kind of deepen up my crease a bit. I've already laid down the transition shade, and now I'm just going to give it a little bit more depth. So I'm going to go ahead and just blend that only in the crease area. So now I'm going to go ahead into the color sponsor, and I'm just going to use that to create a halo effect in a way. I'm just going to place that only in the middle of my eyelid from my lash line up until a little past my crease. The application of this color doesn't necessarily have to be too precise. That's why I ended up using my finger. Between that and wanting like full color payoff, I went ahead and just used my finger because it doesn't need to be perfect because I'm going to end up blending it out anyways. Now that I've placed the eyeshadow everywhere, I'm going to go ahead and take the same fluffy brush and just blend it out a little bit, just so that I don't have any lines of demarcation. Then I realized that I didn't really know how to do a halo eye, so I kind of just, filled in the rest of my eye and just made it more of like a soft cut crease instead, just because that's what happens when you try to do something new and it doesn't work out. So I'm just prepping my lashes. I'm just going to go ahead and make a thin black line just to hide the lash band. Lashes make such a huge difference. Do you see that? Do y'all see that? Boom. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop those on, and we are done. We're done. I thought you guys forgot about my hair, but I didn't. And so now this is the final look. I'm just going to go ahead and fluff my puff out and make sure it's all shaped nicely and fluffed to the gods. And this is the final look, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, this little get ready with me. I will see you guys in my next video, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.